Do you ever wonder what goes on out there when nobody's watching? Like what we see from news footage or video recordings, aren't they just snippets of what goes on 24/7? Have you ever thought about where the ideas of those out-of-this-world creatures came from? Are they really just figments of the imagination? Or are those real eyewitnesses accounts? Thanks to the popularity of trail cams and modern wireless technology, we're now able to catch some of the strangest entities and phenomena in the world that nobody expected to exist. In today's video, we'll talk about these sightings that are unbelievably real, like the rake in the woods, a UFO shining light on a deer, the mysterious figure outside a zoo, the lost girl in the woods, a mysterious hairy creature on the run, and the mystical figure in the trees. So if you're ready, let's start off with the first on our list, the rake in the woods. Captured by a trail cam on November 30, 2010 in Berwick, Pennsylvania, the owner claimed this otherworldly creature was responsible for destroying their hunting camp. However, the SIM card was still there, thus the retrieval of the content. You might think you've seen this from some lore, and you could be right. This creature looks exactly like the fictional Rake, a crouching 6-footed humanoid with pale gray-colored skin with huge glowing eyes. When provoked, its tiny mouth opens wide on a hinge down to its neckline, bearing hundreds of sharp teeth. Allegedly, it attacks humans in their sleep and has the mental ability to drive people to take their own lives. Crazy, right? Imagine seeing something like this in the middle of the night. Would you dismiss it as someone just playing tricks on you? Or would you run for your life? Nobody can ever conclude that no such creature exists. I mean, you'll never know because until now, there are places on Earth that have remained unexplored. And until someone comes out to claim it's a hoax, this creature is now popularly known as the Berwick Monster. Second on the list is a UFO shining light on a deer. This looked like something taken out of the X-Files series, but it was not. It was documented by a couple from Mississippi one clear winter night, when their trail cam captured some images that defied all logic. A weird object appeared out of nowhere and gradually illuminated a spot deep in the woods. Later on, two bright dots that looked like a pair of headlights appeared, focusing on a deer, but they were way off the ground, so they couldn't be some vehicle flashing its lights. A few seconds later, the object flew away. Until now, nobody could explain what it was, and even if you were there to witness the entire thing, you would surely rack your brain trying to figure out what happened that night. Third on the list is the mysterious figure seen outside a zoo. Anybody could wear a mascot costume and wander around the vicinity of a zoo in the middle of the night. But who would? This strange figure was caught on cam at 1:25 a.m. on May 21, 2022 at the Amarillo Zoo. The staff discovered this image while going through the cam, and nobody could guess what it was. Though it looked like a coyote on its hind feet waiting to pounce on its prey, people were demanding a more plausible explanation for this mysterious incident because having this creature roam around the neighborhood was no longer out of the question. Come to think of it, most people would choose to believe that this was an identifiable wild animal, if only it was daytime. But what if it was a creature that we were unfamiliar with? Next on our list is the little girl sneaking up on a deer. This bizarre image was taken on November 22, 2010 at around 3 in the morning near Big Spring, Texas. What made it strange was the fact that the little girl was alone in the dark, and based on the image, her age could be no more than 4 years old, which brings to mind what was a child as young as she was doing out there in the woods. Did she wander off from a camp? Or was she deliberately left behind by her guardians? Or was she a victim of child trafficking? If you paid attention to the girl's appearance, you would think she was some Native American Indian child or pilgrimage child. After adjusting the settings, turning the image sharper and brighter, it was clear that her robe with ball tassels looked eerily similar to the attire of the Native Americans. Another notable thing was the way the deer was staring at the girl. We all know these animals are elusive creatures, but the deer was surprisingly drawn to the child as if she was an otherworldly being. But if she was indeed not human, would it be safe to assume that she was a lost angel finding her way around? And another one on the list is, can you guess what is this thing? Honestly, I wouldn't stay calm if I saw something like this in the woods, especially if it was coming my way. At first glance, it looked like a giant hamster or an Ewok rushing to take a dump, but others claimed it could be Bigfoot deciding to do some rare appearance in broad daylight. Maybe it was a ginormous hairball spat out by some wildcat, or maybe it was a toupee thrown out in the woods. Whatever it was, it made sure we were not going to easily ignore it. Taken on a southern Louisiana trail on October 14, 2022, it remained a mystery what exactly this thing was, Unlike other mysterious images surfacing online that were either too grainy or too blurred, this one was in high resolution. But still, people were at a loss. A majority of online voters voted on a poll that it was some hairy turkey on the loose, but so far none could give a definitive answer. And last on the list is, taken on July 4, 2011 in North Carolina, a landowner captured this fairy-like image on his trail cam that was actually set up to catch trespassers in the act. The landowner previously filed reports after seeing bright lights from inside the trees on his property and hearing odd-sounding noises. He believed that these were young adults trespassing and causing disturbances, but when the local authorities failed to act on his complaints, he took matters into his own hands. Little did he know that he would capture an out-of-this-world image, sparking a debate among the people about what it was. Some claimed it must be a fairy claiming its rights on the land, or an angel locked out of heaven's door, and some said it could be an alien finding its way back to its mothership. How about you? What do you think it is? No matter how much we want to convince ourselves that things beyond the scope of scientific understanding have no place in our universe, there will always be incidents like these that challenge our beliefs and break our confidence in what we've always known. One thing is for sure, we must stay open-minded because we'll never know when we're going to witness these disturbing occurrences ourselves. Well, that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell to stay updated whenever we upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you then.